In today's class, we finished Unit 2, Lesson 2. We left off in yesterday's video at 2.3, making bread dough. It says, a bakery uses 8 tablespoons of honey for every 10 cups of flour to make bread dough. Some days they bake bigger batches, and some days they bake smaller batches. They always use the same ratio of honey to flour. Complete the table as you answer the questions. Be prepared to explain your reasoning. So let's first take a look at the ratio of honey to flour. We can see that the bakery uses 8 tablespoons of honey for every 10 cups of flour. And the directions specify that they always use that same ratio, which is 8 honey to 10 flour. Now, question 1 says, how many cups of cups of flour do they use with 20 tablespoons of honey? That'd be the next row in the table. Remember yesterday we talked about how you can multiply one side of your ratio table, in this case the honey, times some specific number, we're calling it the magic number for now, to tell you the corresponding value on the other side of the ratio table. Now, 8 times something equals 10. This is a little bit tricky because this mystery number here is not a whole number. But remember that we can use the power of inverse operations, or 10 divided by 8, to help us find our mystery number. Let's write it out. 10 divided by 8. And this is the sort of question I would encourage you to use a calculator for, because you're going to get a specific decimal. 10 divided by 8 is equal to 1.25. So 1.25 is the number that will help us navigate the rest of our table. For example, I know that 8 times 1.25 is equal to 10, which means I can also multiply 20 times 1.25. I can multiply 13 times 1.25, and that will tell me how much flour I need for 13 tablespoons of honey. Let's zoom in. And I'm getting a little bit messy in my table, and it's okay if you do too. But why don't you pause this video and fill in those missing spaces? So again, I want you to pause the video, catch up with me on your notes, and fill in those missing spaces. Okay, so your table so far should look like this. For 20 tablespoons of honey, we need 25 cups of flour. For 13 tablespoons of honey, we need 16.25 cups of flour. And that last one, that 20 we have left over, is a little bit tricky because the 20 that we have left over is going to act differently, or in other words, we have different information. We know that some mystery number times 1.25 is equal to 20. We just don't know what that mystery number is. So we need to divide 20, again, using that same inverse operation strategy, 20, divided by the factor we know, which is 1.25, to tell us our mystery number. And 20 divided by 1.25 is, again, something you could definitely use a calculator for, but you should get 16 tablespoons of flour, which is your mystery number right here. Now notice that if we're moving from left to right across our ratio table, we were multiplying by 1.25. But when we needed to move in the other direction, like from 20 to 16, we used division. This is a little messy on my screen, but remember you can always pause the video.